Any other mic? Ada mic ni? Siapa ni? You want me to put there? Boleh.
Can you louder a bit?
Louder. I thought my voice is louder. Okay, what is it there? Where's my... Alright. Okay, seperti yang tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sedia maklum, hari ini ialah keputusan daripada Mahkamah Tinggi berkenaan dengan perintah addendum yang baru saja diputuskan. Ya. Okey. Okey. Saya ulang balik ya. Hari ini ialah hari keputusan berkenaan dengan kes addendum yang baru saja diputuskan tadi ya. Kedua, saya nak sebut di sini, kita memang terkejut dengan keputusan tersebut sebab banyak perkara-perkara yang saya akan tunjuk dan juga cerita berkenaan dengan keputusan yang dibuat tadi ya. Fakta-fakta yang kita tidak begitu kagum dengan sebab-sebab yang diberikan oleh hakim mahkamah. Alright. Now, ketiga, the content of the press statement here, I want to concentrate only maybe 3 or 4 matters, which to us, bagi kita memang kita terkejut dengan sebab-sebab keputusan yang diturunkan pagi ini. Alright? So, siapa-siapa saja nak tanya soalan dalam bahasa Melayu, dalam bahasa Inggeris, you're most welcome. Tapi concentrate only on the addendum today dan keputusan. Jangan tanya soalan-soalan yang luar daripada topik yang kita dah tentukan untuk press conference hari ini. So you all can hear me, ya? Is it clear? Alright. Now, a few things.
This one. This one.
Okay. Now, today we had a decision by the High Court. Puan Alice Low. We are disappointed. We are disappointed over several issues which are so critical that we thought she did not analyze it properly. This is our view. Yeah, this is our view. Number one, and the one that is most concerning is today's decision has taken away the fullest prerogative of mercy of not only the young Deputy Tuan Agong, but the Malay rulers and governors. This decision has taken away that wide latitude given to the young Deputy Tuan Agong and the Malay rulers. Because today's decision said, in short, we make the conclusion that the young Deputy Tuan Agong cannot make a decision about pardon unless he makes that decision with the pardon board. I mean, he must be sitting with the pardon board and then make the decision. Whereas we know that in practice, the Malay rulers in the state as well as young Deputy Tuan Agong is only obligated to be with the pardon board to discuss about the matters of pardon of certain individuals. Now, after he discusses it, or after the pardon board has given their opinion, what the young Deputy Tuan Agong need to do is, he need not have to decide in the pardon board. He doesn't have to. there's never been any case that says that he has to announce it at the Parliament Court. But he need only to discuss with the Parliament Court. Now, today's decision seems to suggest that every decision pertaining to pardon must be made within the Parliament Court. Now, that has taken away what the Agong and the Malay rulers have enjoyed the full discretion on matters of pardon. And this is serious, as you know. There were attempts by some politicians and Prime Minister to reduce the powers of the Malay rulers and the young Di-Pertuan Agong many years ago. And there was a lot of infighting to ensure that the Malay rulers' powers remain intact. And I can tell you, one of the powers of the Malay rulers and the young Di-Pertuan Agong that has not been affected is the power of pardon. But today's decision has compromised it because it allows the powers of the young Di-Pertuan Agong to be diluted because he needs to make his decision apparently within the confines of the pardon court, which we think is completely untrue and incorrect. Alright? Jadi oleh sebab apa yang saya beritahu tadi amatlah mustahak, saya akan ulangkan apa yang saya sebut tadi dalam bahasa Inggeris dalam bahasa Melayu. Seperti yang tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sedia maklum, salah satu-satunya kuasa yang masih kekal dengan Yang Di-Pertuan Agong ataupun Raja-Raja Melayu ialah kuasa untuk mengampunkan seseorang di bawah artikel 42. Seperti yang saudara sekalian sedia maklum, pada satu masa dahulu, beberapa tahun dahulu, ada beberapa politician dan juga menteri yang cuba mengurangkan kuasa-kuasa Raja-Raja Melayu, termasuk Yang Di-Pertuan Agong. Jadi ada perdebatan yang hebat berkenaan dengan isu tersebut dan akhirnya kuasa Raja-Raja Melayu dan Yang Di-Pertuan Agong ada yang terturun daripada asal kuasa-kuasa mereka, ada yang dikurangkan. Tetapi kuasa Raja-Raja Melayu dan juga kuasa Yang Di-Pertuan Agong berkenaan dengan pengampunan tidak langsung dikurangkan sebab itu adalah satu kuasa mutlak, absolute power of the Yang Di-Pertuan Agong, kuasa mutlak. Dan kuasa ini telah pun digunakan tanpa dicampur aduk, tanpa dikurangkan dia punya impak. Ya? Tetapi keputusan hari ini ialah satu keputusan yang nampaknya telah mengurangkan kuasa Yang Di-Pertuan Agong dan Raja-Raja Melayu dan Governor-Governor yang terbabit dalam soalan pengampunan yang dikemukakan kepada mereka. That is very important. Kedua, oleh sebab itu, there will be a floodgate effect. Floodgate means satu bandiran segala permohonan lain kali dalam mahkamah. What will happen is there will be a floodgate of application to get to the bottom of what happened in the pardon court. Because dalam kes ni, this is the first case and it is done by the Attorney General himself to let parties see what actually is being discussed in the pardon court. Never before in the history that this is done. Why is this not done? It's because we have got a series of federal court cases. Bukan satu, bukan dua, but I think at least 7. But if I'm not mistaken, they are altogether 9. And with the latest being the decision pertaining to Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim punya decision. Where the court says, keputusan Yang Di-Pertuan Agong dalam lembaga pengampunan ataupun keputusan Yang Di-Pertuan Agong berkenaan dengan pengampunan tidak boleh disangkal, tidak boleh di-challenge. Yeah, I mean it is a power of mercy that is non-challengeable. Daripada dulu, tak boleh. Tetapi hari ini, keputusan mahkamah mengatakan keputusan yang dipertanggungjawabkan yang memberikan perintah addendum boleh diketepikan sebab dia kata mengikut prosedur dalam lembaga pengampunan, keputusan addendum itu adalah tidak dibuat semasa majlis pengampunan bermesyuarat. Right? Jadi ini adalah satu ruang yang agak ditendang buka dengan begitu luas yang akan menjejas kuasa-kuasa yang Tuan Agung dan Raja-Raja Melayu. Dan saya dengan ini meminta dan memohon kepada Raja-Raja Melayu yang Tuan Agung juga termasuk dan juga governor-governor yang terbabit supaya mereka halusi keputusan hari ini, because keputusan ini ada impak yang begitu besar terhadap kuasa Raja-Raja Melayu yang Tuan Agung dan governor-governor yang terbabit. That is very critical message that I want to deliver. Today's decision is opening the door for politicians to interfere in the pardons board decision. Because you must know there is a Minister of Federal Territory, there is a Attorney General involved, and there is altogether no more than 5 people involved. And if you, today's decision will open the doors for the pardon board to be politicized, which has never happened before. It is the young Tuan Agung's power, undiluted and undisturbed. Right? I want to move to the next one. As you know, in the recent most decision in the federal court yang baru-baru, yang membabitkan Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, keputusan yang baik iaitu apa yang dikatakan dalam kes itu ialah pengampunan Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim tidak betul sebab kononnya the AG was not present, AG report wasn't there, and in fact they say pardon board never met. Okay? Tetapi kita ada keputusan iaitu perintah yang dipertanggungjawabkan yang dikeluarkan terhadap Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Jadi Mahkamah Persekutuan telah membuat keputusan dan kalau tak salah saya Tengku Maimun mengatakan bahawa bila keputusan dibuat oleh Yang di-Pertuan Agong dalam perkara-perkara pengampunan, Mahkamah tidak ada kuasa langsung untuk melihat sama ada perintah pengampunan itu cacat atau tidak. Tak boleh tengok langsung, tak boleh pergi ke belakang perintah tersebut. Apalagi macam dalam kes ini, dia buka proceeding, maka proceeding lembaga nasihat, bukan lembaga penasihat, lembaga pengampunan, supaya mahkamah dapat lihat apa yang tercatat dalam mesyuarat mereka. Ini adalah perkara yang saya rasa amat-amat luar biasa dan akan mengganggu sistem Raja-Raja Melayu dan Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Juga satu perkara yang agak terkejut ialah hakim hari ini, she relied on the judgment of the federal court in this same case. You remember, in the federal court, the only issue in the federal court, I think the chairman of the, or rather the chairperson of the case in the federal court was Tan Sri Hasnah. Yeah, Tan Sri Hasnah was the chairman. She was only to decide whether or not we have crossed our burden to get the leave to argue under Order 53. She was not deciding on the substantive matter, because the substantive matter, the affidavit is not in, the argument is not in, nothing. So she said, the panel in the federal court said that they are satisfied that we crossed the threshold for the send back the case to the High Court. But she also make observation, dia kata keputusan mereka hari itu bukanlah keputusan selain daripada wujudnya addendum order, keputusan berkenaan dengan merit, dia kata dia tak mutlak. Itu dia kata sesuatu yang boleh diputuskan oleh mahkamah. Jadi hari ini saya terkejut bila mahkamah tinggi di sini mengatakan berdasarkan kes ini yang tidak boleh membuat keputusan. Beliau mengatakan ada keputusan yang beliau ambil keputusan. This is quite shocking. I'm quite disappointed, but we will argue this on, in the last point I want to make and stress is this. This court decided that only the Director General of Prison can give the order for house imprisonment. This is shocking because under Article 42, bracket 2, which she did not touch today, which we submitted a lot, what other federal authority like the prison can do, the Yang Di-Pertuan Agong can do. I mean, the Yang Di-Pertuan Agong can do matters which relate to the issue of prisoners, which of course include matters like pardon, respite, and what do you call it, reprieve, and so on and so on. So, keputusan hari ini seolah-olah menunjukkan the Director General of Prison has got more powers than the Yang Di-Pertuan Agong, which is turning logic upside down. Yeah? So it is an important decision for us to take it up. I don't think I should bore you too much. I want to open this for questions so that you have focused question you can ask.
What's the next course of action?
We are appealing. Yeah, we have asked for an early judgment to be formalized, the written judgment, and the record of appeal to be quickly prepared so that we move it to the Court of Appeal, and of course after that move it to the Federal Court, which I think will be necessary. Tak boleh dengar.
What is our position?
Hang on, let me say. Of course, he's very disappointed. Reason why he's disappointed, keputusan addendum was on 29th of January 2024. It's going to be what? How many years? 2 years? It's 2 years. Now, this is Rentah Agung. You delayed it for 2 years. It's very important. The judge did not deal with this matter. Peguam Negara, I'm not saying this Peguam Negara. I think the current Peguam Negara was honest when he appeared in the federal court. When for the first time he said, we admit there is addendum order. But all previous Attorney General, in particular only one, that is Tan Sri Teraruddin. When he was the Attorney General, he directed the Federal Council to deny that there is the addendum order. They can even use the word escasing. Where is the addendum order? No. It is quite clear they were being dishonest. Tan Sri Teraruddin was dishonest in directing his boys to do that. Now, for how many months and how many years were we misled? This is outright lie by a government department. Dia kata mula-mula tak ada. There is no addendum order. Then when the addendum order surfaced, dia kata, the addendum order is not valid. You know, he's speaking with a forked tongue. He's no longer honest. Now, this was not touched upon by the learned judge. I give her the greatest of respect, but we are disappointed because she didn't touch on it. And when she asked me, she did touch on this, she asked me, why do you need the original addendum order? She failed to understand why we need the original addendum order is this. On the 29th of January, the meeting of the Pardon Court, before the last meeting, there are two orders one is reduction of sentence within the pardon court, and then is this addendum order. If you see the original, you may know first who has the original, how the original come about, and therefore you will know siapa yang duk sembunyi this addendum order to begin with, because you are the highest government officer. You cannot misbehave like that. That's number two. Number three, the addendum order was addressed to the Attorney General Tahriruddin by name. All right. So who drafted the addendum order? If it was drafted with the knowledge of the Attorney General, isn't that relevant? Because the Attorney General is part of the Pardon Board. So why isn't the judge interested to know where is the original? We asked in our prayer, but she said it is not relevant. That is a disappointment. Okay? Any question?
What other ways are you considering that this Najib to come out? There's a way of parole as well, right?
What other ways?
Yeah.
Break from the prison. There's no other way. You go and appeal. Yeah, and of course you can do another pardon request, and you can do other processes under Section 43 of the Prison Act, which includes issues of what do you call that process? Sorry? No. On parole, releasing on license, for instance, because she said now is the DG's power, nobody else's, not even the Agong, not even the minister. So we have to ask the DG. But now that the court has given the DG the sole power, we ask the DG whether he can give us the house arrest.
Sri, just now you mentioned the president said by the and he brought this up in court now.
Yes.
Did the judge mention this?
No, not a word on the detailed aspect of the Anwar Ibrahim's case. That case, the allegation was there was not even a pardon board meeting. And you know, not so long ago, Tun Mahathir, whether he is telling the full story or not, I'm not interested, but he did say there was no pardon. There was no pardon board. There was no AG report. And in fact, the AG was on garden leave. The AG didn't attend. So how come such defect is okay? So, you know, you have to treat people equally. So this sounds like my client didn't get a fair.
Thank you. Thank you.
So termasuk dengan lagi Nabi ni,
You repeat. Kuat sikit.
tentang bagi hukuman penjara.
Yes, sekarang ni. Sekarang ni, yes.
Berapa 9 tahun dan ada cases lagi.
No, you're complicating it. You must take one by one. SRC, I think dia bagi tarikh dia tu. The reduction of sentence dia bagi tarikh, I think 2028. Dia bagi. Tetapi ini tak termasuk what they call remission, automatic remission of wanted. Tak termasuk. Jadi besar kemungkinan lebih awal. Kes lain belum berkeputusan. Okay.
Thank you.
There are other requirements, and we are not disclosing it. There are other requirements of that. No, I need to get full instruction from him, so I can't be disclosing on my own what he wants. He has discussed, but he has not given instruction. Yes. Anything?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
That's right. I was also very